Hey, my spiritual family. Peace and blessings to you all. And may these positive vibes reach you. I came to you on this video today. I know it's been a while since I dropped one, at least a week. But it's because I've been meditating deeply on this video right here, because I felt like there was some things that we needed to do on this spiritual journey. And I'm being shown that, unlocking your mind is going to be one of the key factors that helps you to be able to elevate on your spiritual journey. So on my spiritual journey, there's two things that I've experienced, two things that I have been interested in the past, and they gave me different aspects on the conscious and the subconscious mind and how, they can play out, and exactly how people are so scared of what's going on in the world today. And people are wondering, where we're heading and so on and so forth. And there's all kinds of theories about what's going on. But yeah, this is kind of me throwing a theory out there that's possible, but also getting into the mind. So let's get into it. All right. So what I really want to talk about is the conscious and the subconscious mind. The conscious and the subconscious mind are two different dynamics of ourselves that assist us in this life, right? So the conscious mind is basically your thought, what you think, what you do, what you're able to do. It's the thought that we create that we put into action, right? So that's the conscious mind. When we're conscious, we're completely aware of what we're doing, right? But have you ever been in a situation where you were driving, right? And driving along the road, and you just got off work, and it's that long trip home. You got to deal with traffic and so on and so forth, right? But you get in the car, you drive out the parking lot of your work or wherever you're coming from, right? And you begin to drive along, and you get on the highway, you get on the road, right? And it's like, before you know it, you're at home sitting in your parking lot. So, and when you look at it like that, it's just like, okay, well, there's your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the one that is automated. What I mean by automated is the subconscious mind is the very mind that controls your breathing, that keeps you breathing when you're not thinking about it, that keeps your lungs going in and out, pumping air through it when you're not thinking of it, that keeps your heart pumping, that keeps your blood flowing. The subconscious mind is in control of all of these things, which makes us like an automated device, which is why I say, this is like sort of an avatar, simply because we have the subconscious mind that runs us, kind of like maybe a robot in a sense. You get what I mean? So then between these two minds, we often get lost simply because we focus more on our conscious mind, right? Which is essentially what we deal with when we're talking about the ego. And when we deal with that, we constantly are focused on what we see right in front of us. And so our thoughts are often manipulated by our five senses: what we hear, what we see, what we taste, what we touch, smell, so on and so forth. These are the influences for the conscious mind, right? But see, the subconscious mind is there. And even though it is an autonomous part of us, it is also our system of creativity. Like the subconscious mind has the power and the ability, when we're talking about our inner self and our higher self and reaching levels of consciousness, the subconscious mind is actually where we do that. When we go to sleep, it's in our subconscious mind where we're at. which is why in our conscious mind, a lot of times we forget what we actually dream about. So the subconscious actually governs us, and it actually governs us into the 4D and even to the 5D and so on and so forth. When we're talking about these different dimensions, when we go to sleep, we are in our subconscious mind, right? So the subconscious mind, when it governs us, it can actually do so much more for us. The subconscious mind is it's like this. You can actually, you ever heard of the proverb, like I've said before in the Bible, where it says, for a man thinks in his heart, so is he? Well, that's essentially the subconscious mind. And it's like this. What you have, right? What you think of is usually what you produce, right? So if you've got stinking thinking, then of course, what you're going to produce is some very messy stuff, right? But if you're thinking about love, light, positivity, and health, then of course you're going to get the same thing coming out. This is what you produce. And it's the same thing when it comes down to the subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is your producer. Now, you can actually speak to your subconscious mind, but you can't give your subconscious mind instructions like, a question or a partial instruction or, figure this out or anything like that. No, the subconscious mind works in a sense where it's direct. You have to be direct when you speak to your subconscious mind. You have to speak in a way that this is what it is and this is what you want. Like when you say to yourself, I'm broke, or I'm scared, or I'm so angry. When you say things like that to yourself, your subconscious mind takes it and runs with it. Now, when your subconscious mind responds to things, it may not be at that moment. Sometimes, a lot of times it is. Sometimes it may happen 3-4 months down the road, or maybe even years down the road. Sometimes it takes time for it to grow. But this is what we're talking about when we're talking about manifesting. We're speaking to our subconscious mind. This is how we manifest. When you're talking to your subconscious mind, you can produce exactly what it is you're trying to create. But that's why we also have to be careful about what we think about. That's why we have to keep our thoughts positive and pure. Therefore, we don't produce anything we don't want. All right, so knowing the subconscious mind, and when you meditate and you are giving your manifestations, you're speaking your manifestations, you're speaking it to your subconscious mind, and there is where you are the master of your own world, your own creator. I mean, literally, the subconscious mind is so powerful that you can actually speak healing to yourself and heal yourself. It's an incredible phenomenon, and there have been so many different studies and tests that have gone out that actually sits there and shows how it can actually affect you in that way and heal you, right? Now, of course, anything that I'm saying to you, I'm saying it in a general sense because I really want to pique your interest and get you to go out there and do your own research. I've done my research, but I want you guys to do your own research so that you can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, and also see for yourself and see how it can work in your life. Now, these are just tools, things that I'm telling you because of the fact that in growing spiritually, we learn more things about ourselves. We've been too much taught in this world to focus on our conscious mind. And as long as we're focused on our conscious mind, then we're focused on what we're doing. But the subconscious mind gets neglected. And by neglecting the subconscious mind, like I said, it can pick up whatever we're feeling, whatever we're thinking. So we have to be conscious of that. So the conscious mind has to turn around and be conscious of the subconscious mind. Because if your conscious mind is not conscious of the subconscious mind, then yeah, you can do some damage. You can do some real damage to yourself. This is how people end up in a point where they are so sunk emotionally that they sink down into the ground and they're just sinking and sinking and sinking. This is how we get there. It's just a matter of that. So yeah, I want to say this to actually make you guys all aware of these negative vibes and how to get rid of them. Come on, we've got it. We create the negative vibes and we can actually decimate them as well. So we don't have to actually constantly work with them. I'm going to be doing some videos about other things that help you raise your vibrations, like crystals and dealing with herbs and so on and so forth, because this is what I do. These are the things I'm into, right? But I just want to get you here. Now, here's the theory that I've thought about. All right, so you know how everybody is putting out there about the world and how the world is going to be, change, and it's going to change in a major way. Well, this is true. This is true. Since the dawning of the coronavirus, yeah, they might hit me because I said that word, but since the dawning of that situation that has happened, since that has happened, things have been changing. We've been seeing it's been changing. I mean, come on, we're all walking around with masks on our face looking like we're freaking Scorpion from, walking around with these masks looking like we're Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, right? But, that's just what it is. But when we sit here and we look at it from a different perspective, the world is changing, and it's changing dynamically. I don't even think we're going to go back to seeing the world as we knew it before. Before 2020, the world we saw before, I don't think we're going to see it like that anymore. It's going to change, and it's going to be in a dynamic way. But we have to change with it. We have to progress. The world is calling for a more spiritual person. People who are more focused on love, light, health, things of that nature, positivity. Because that's what it's going to take to rebuild this world and grow this world in the direction we want it to go. If we don't all come together, and I mean it, black, white, Mexican, I don't care what race. There's not a single iota of racism or prejudice or whatever you want to call it within me. I believe we are all one. So let it be. Let us all be one, right? Let us grow and get past this. But all right, so getting to what I was talking about. All right, so since the world is changing, I feel like they are like maybe pushing us in a direction to be a certain type of being. And they've been showing us what the type of being is they want us to be. And so, in two things that I've been really interested in is one, this video game called Detroit Becoming Human. And the second is the TV show The Walking Dead. Now, I've watched The Walking Dead from the very first season all the way up to about season 8. It got a little crazy after that, and I kind of just stopped. But it just all expressed what these are all expressing about the future world and how things can be. And I feel like it can be what would be a negative change and what would be a positive change. All right, so I'm gonna throw up a couple of slides. You may see it down here, right here and below, and it's showing you Detroit becoming human. And in Detroit Becoming Human, it's about people, it's about robots, right? And these robots look and think just like people, right? But they're way more obedient, and they do exactly what they're supposed to do, and they're uniformed in what they're doing, right? And they live in this world, and people can buy them and get them to do what they want them to do, right? But in this game, there's a point where the robots start waking up. And when they wake up, they realize that they have their own individuality, that they matter too, and that they're not just something you can toss away in the trash whenever you're done with it. So these robots, once they start getting their own mind, realize that they want their own rights as well. Of course, the whole world starts crashing down and everybody's against it, and it's robots versus humans and so on and so forth. It's an incredible game with a great story with many different endings. But it just kind of shows you what it is. Like, if you think about it, right? So in Detroit Becoming Human, as I was talking about the conscious mind, they take away a lot of the conscious mind, right? But they allow us to be kind of autonomous in that sense, right? So it's like restricting emotions and restricting the areas of association within the brain, right? So it's like they want them to continue to move on and do, but not make any changes, not influence anything, right? So that's one understanding of maybe the way the world may be heading. Now, could you imagine being a robot? Because I'm telling you, in order to create human-like robots, you can't do it without a human. I mean, come on. You've seen what they've done before with robots. I mean, just look at our computers and think about how our computers work. Think about how many mistakes a computer makes and how many times we have to deal with a computer just messing up or putting us in a predicament where we've lost something that we thought was important. Yeah, I mean, computers are made by humans, so computers think like humans. So if you create a robot, then a robot is going to think like a human, right? And wouldn't it take some kind of component of a human for a robot to wake up consciously, right? Consciously, right? And then turn around and start to feel, have emotions, and believe that they have rights, right? So if you look at it in that retrospect, it's kind of like maybe this is just a hypothesis, but maybe they might be pushing us towards a world of robots, like a world where we are minus the things that make us humans and only do the things that make us great. Get what I'm saying? Like that. All right, so that's one way. But then there's another flip side, like I said, The Walking Dead. Like right here, can you look at this guy? Look at him. Look at all of them. Can you see? I mean, this right here you're looking at is taking away major positions of the brain's functions. The brain's functions, I mean, come on, it's taking away the conscious mind. You're shutting down a lot of the cerebrium components of the mind. You're shutting down emotional and temporal understanding, sensory association, and including the frontal lobe in order to do that. Like, yeah, do you see that? You're shutting down all of these areas in order to become a zombie, right? So a zombie has heightened senses, right? But feeling is not one of them. Touch is not one of them. Their sensitivity is a matter of vision, of hearing, of smelling, and of tasting. And they have an insatiable desire to eat, to scratch, and to destroy. Right? So with these zombies, and they're taking away our capabilities. So in The Walking Dead, a person has to be scratched or bitten or had to come in contact with the virus in some way in order to become a zombie, right? And it's not something that happens right away. It takes time, but then they become this zombie, right? So it takes time for them to shut down certain parts of your brain in order to make you like this. So do you see where I'm coming from about this hypothesis? Like, it seems like in the world to come, that's where they want us to be. They want us to be in a state of more or less, I would say, the roboticness, but possibly in the state of the zombie. And you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, the Walking Dead, these people live in hell on earth, being surrounded by thousands and thousands and thousands of zombies, millions of them, billions of them. Think about how many people are on this earth, and then take that and say about 8% of these people have their conscious minds, and then everybody else is a zombie. That's how the world looks then. So then, yeah, that's where we're coming with. It's going to be an epic fight, constant fighting. You're never able to rest. You're never able to relax. It's always going to be a situation where you're always on the tippy top of your toes. That's how it goes, right? So when you're looking at it like that, it's just like, all right, so if you take away our conscious mind, because that's pretty much where we're going with that. If you take away our conscious minds, then yeah, we are automated, right? Automated. Because like I told you with the subconscious, what you think, right? What is given to you, straight directions is what the subconscious receives. So the subconscious continues to move on autonomously, right? So if that's the case, then we have to, this is why I'm saying raise your vibration. Because if you raise your vibration, if you are in a sense where you know your conscious mind, you and your conscious mind communicate, and you can direct your conscious mind into doing what it is you want your conscious mind to, your subconscious mind to do. Then when you do that and you have your subconscious mind following in the way that you want it to go, then you can do all kinds of incredible things. You can give yourself whatever you want to give yourself. You can have whatever you want to have. You can attract whatever you want to attract. This is when those 12 laws of the universe are coming. The 12 laws of the universe, I will shoot a video on that too. But yeah, this is where that comes into play and how everything works together and keeps going. I'm sorry this is a long video, but I wanted to sit here and talk to you guys about this because when you think about it, you're stuck in a situation where the conscious mind rules all. When you use the conscious mind in a complete position, then you kind of lose your ability to work with this and work with, well, it's really right here, but to work with that pineal gland, that third eye. Simply because of the fact that what we think, our beliefs, our thoughts, and all of that can hold back our movement to move into more of a focused thought, right? We want to be balanced. We want to be harmonious. We want to be focused on love, light, health, peace, great things that will help us grow, things that will bring us together and make us stronger. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a robot. I don't want to be a zombie or whatever else they're trying to cook up. Because right now we're all sitting in a situation of fear with coronavirus going around and with this vaccine coming around and the things about the elections and all of these dams bursting and freaking we got chemical plants blowing up. And you know what I'm saying? The food shortages and so on and so forth that's going on in this world has people in a great state of fear. And as long as we sit in that fear, we will keep falling apart. We will not grow. We will not go any further. Like I said, when you elevate and you go higher and you get to this crown chakra right here, when you get there and you stay there, none of this stuff matters. Nothing bothers you. None of it. None of it. No matter what they throw at you, you know what you want and what you don't want. And what's going to happen to you is only what you want. But you have that power. So that's what I'm trying to do. In my journey, I'm walking. I am getting that power. I'm powering up. And I want to power up other people while I'm on my way doing it. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to leave others behind. I'm here to tell you guys what's going on. I'm here to help people wake up. That's what I'm here to do. So like I said, keep walking with me on my journey. Keep walking with me. Let's grow this channel. I call this video Limitless because there is no limit to what we can achieve, what we can have, where we can go, and what we can do. All of these restrictions mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, let's grow. Let's raise our vibrations. Let's get these positive vibes up in the air. Let's share them with other people. Spread positivity. Give love and light to others. Build yourself. Build up others. But do not allow someone else to bring you down. You've got to watch out for how your energy is shared. Be careful in that. But nonetheless, yeah, reach out. Share the love. Share the wealth. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's why these videos are here. And I'm going to be putting out more and more content. and showing you guys more and more of the things that I see and that I learn. Because as I move on my spiritual journey, oh boy, oh my goodness, there is a lot of things that I have seen, and there is a lot of information that I'm receiving. I'm getting downloads constantly. So yeah, there's a lot of things I want to show you and a lot of things I want to teach you. And there's a lot of things that you can learn very much on your own by doing the same thing that I'm doing. So come on, people, let's do this. But yo, this is a Maha Z Tone Deaf. I'm here for you. Nothing but positive vibes, please. Hit the link, like, share, and subscribe. Let's grow this channel. Limitless. That is the word of the day. Limitless. Don't put no limit on yourself, not on your conscious mind, not on your subconscious mind. No limits whatsoever. Your potential has not even been seen yet. No one can tell you how far you can go. So let's grow. Peace out.